Correct. So basically, what we are saying is that directly or indirectly, all of them are connected to plants or dependent on plants, right? So when we say direct, you know, cows eat plants, goats eat plants, sheep, everything eats plant. And when we say indirect, indirectly when we say, we are dependent on plants, so this cow or goat is being eaten by a lion, right? This lion, as Neha said, is eaten by the vultures.
Ma'am, that is like a food chain.
Yeah, it's like a food chain, right? Also, the cow eats grass, and then, human beings have cow milk, right? So directly or indirectly, again, goats eat goat, sheep, they eat grass. Human beings have meat. So indirectly also human beings are dependent on grass. Of course, human beings also have, green grass, like green leafy vegetables directly, right? So this is one concept where just imagine a planet. This is a planet where there are every living organism. There are cows, there are fungi, for example, there are sheep, there are elephant, giraffe, everything except for plants. Can you think of a planet like this? Can you imagine a planet where
Ma'am,
everything else is there except for plants? Will that planet survive?
ma'am, all living organisms will be dead in few years.
Why few years? How many days can a cow survive without eating grass?
Ma'am,
Who eats
one or
grass?
2 week only.
1 or 2 weeks.
Before
Okay.
that only maybe humans or any other animals may kill it and eat it.
Yeah, no, what I wanted to say is that, how, will ever a planet like this,
If there are
can it
no
survive?
plants,
Hmm?
if there are no plants, no living organism can survive.
Yes, if there are no plants, no living organism will survive, because directly or indirectly, all of us are, dependent on plants. That is one concept. And which is the other concept, the most important concept?
Ma'am,
We both
can I
know.
speak?
Yeah, please do.
So plants not only provide us food, not only food chain, they also make the air pollution free. The more the plants are there,
Correct. And the most important thing is oxygen. Plants emit oxygen, right? And this oxygen is needed by most of the mammals, the animals and insects, and the entire, most of the living organism require oxygen to survive. So if there
The
are no
other way how plants are dependent on us is the way we emit carbon dioxide and it is taken by the plants.
correct, correct, correct. But then again, still I feel that plants can still survive, even more without us, because the damage done to them will be lesser. Right. So basically our requirement is more from plants than plants from us. There would be some form, there would be some, some of the other source of carbon dioxide that's still there in the planet apart from us exhaling out. Okay. So basically plants are a very, very, very important link, very important, what do I say, living organism on the entire planet, and it is an extremely important piece in the food chain and for the survival of every human being. So today we are going to study in depth about the plants. All right, going to the next slide. Parts of a flowering plant. First, we'll study the parts of a flowering plant. Flowering plant can actually be, broadly divided into two types, depending whether it flowers or not. One is flowering plant, the other is non-flowering plant. It is self-explanatory. Non-flowering plants obviously do not flower, right? And flowering plants will have flowers. Most of the non-flowering plants, reproduce vegetatively. We'll also study what is vegetative reproduction. Okay. Now, a plant can be divided into a herb, shrub, or a tree. Can any one of you tell me what is the difference between a
Ma'am, can I
herb?
tell?
Okay.
Ma'am,
First,
can I?
you know, who Neha? Okay, Neha, you have spoken. Let us give a chance to Pragya.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Pragya, tell me, what is a herb? What is a
Ma'am,
herb?
ma'am, herbs are very small plants that have a thin and green soft stem.
Okay, that's one point. Second,
Ma'am, they are the smallest plants in these categories.
correct. Amongst the plant kingdom, they are not the smallest, because you know there are unicellular plants also, right? So we cannot say that they are the smallest, but then again, amongst the multicellular plants, we can say they are the smallest, right? So with regards to herbs, they are the smallest. Okay. Now coming to shrub, what are shrubs? Neha?
Yeah, ma'am. Shrubs are compared to herbs. They are bigger than herbs. And examples for shrubs are rose plants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that.
Okay, Pragya, can you give an example of a few herbs?
Ma'am, herbs, we have paddy, we have wheat, we also have sunflower and mint.
Sunflower is not a herb. Sunflower will be a shrub.
Ma'am, can I add something to Pragya?
Yeah,
Thank
please
you.
do. Please do.
Ma'am, I would like to add one more example to Pragya's herb answer. That tulsi and mint is also an herb, right?
Yes, tulsi, mint, these are all herbs. Right? Tulsi, mint, mint we also call it as pudina. These are all herbs. Okay. Shrubs are basically which would be a little bigger than herbs, right? Shrubs are rose plant, hibiscus, right? So they are in between, uh, somewhere in between herbs and trees. Okay. Now, who will tell me what is a tree?
Ma'am,
Darshil, yes.
Ma'am, tree have uh, big stems
Mm-hmm.
and big stems, big roots, and they hold the ground very firmly, and they are the uh, tallest category, tallest in the plant category.
Very good. Well explained. They are tallest in the plant category. They have an elaborate root system and a shoot system. Right? So that is known as trees. Yeah. Example of a few trees.
Ma'am, bamboo, then mango, orange, like trees.
Correct. Correct.
Ma'am, apple, mangoes,
Hmm?
banyan, people,
Yeah. Yeah.
orange.
Yes.
There are
So
many more. I can't
there are many more trees. Correct. So basically trees are the largest, as Darshil said, they are the largest amongst the plant category, plant kingdom, and they have an elaborate root system and a shoot system. When we say elaborate, what is the meaning of elaborate? When I said elaborate, what is an elaborate meaning?
ma'am, spread like anything.
Sorry?
Ma'am, spread to place.
No, elaborate. Elaborate means, you know, complete or a complex. Elaborate, matlab it has got everything. It has got a leaf, it has got many leaves. It has flowers. When it flowers, it will have many flowers. When it will have fruits, it will have several flowers. It will have buds. The roots are very, 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 you know, broad and far reached. You know, when I say elaborate means far spread, complete, complex, big. That would be the meaning of elaborate with regards to the plant system. Okay. Now, a flowering plant can be divided into two parts. Obviously, all of us know that. That is the shoot system. So what is the shoot system? Anything which is above the ground. If this is the ground, anything which is above the ground, we will call it a shoot. Anything that is below the ground, we will call it as the root system. This is very simple. We have studied this in class 2, class 3 also. Correct? Now, obviously the root system consists of roots, while the shoot system consists of, this would be the main stem. Then it would have branches. Branches could have sub-branches which may have leaves.
Can I
Right?
speak?
Yes, please do.
The root is the parts of the plant which is under the ground, and the shoot is the part which is all the parts above the ground are called shoot. All the parts together.
Very good. The entire part.
Yes, ma'am. Can I also add something?
Yes, please do.
Ma'am, the upper part is called also the plumule, and the part below, which is like the root, is called radicle.
Yes, so we also call it the plumule and the radicle. Exactly. So, this is a very more, a scientific way to call it. So anything which is below the ground is called a radicle. Anything which is above the ground is called the plumule. Correct. Okay, good, well said. So the root system, okay, the root, stem and the leaf constitute the vegetative parts of the body. Now, remember, I don't know if you remember vegetative part.
Leaf.
So basically tell me what is vegetative?
Ma'am, we can if a root, we can cut it and plant it again.
Correct.
Again, a plant will come out from that.
Yes. So we call it vegetative. Plant. When we say reproduces, what is the meaning of reproduces? Reproduces means it matlab again. Produces matlab, it produce, production. Matlab again. When it again and again produces, more of its kind. More of its kind is known as reproduction, right? That means from one plant we'll get 2 plants, from 2 plants we'll get 4 plants. That is reproduction. That is how the plants will continue on the earth, on the planet, right? Now reproduction can
I ask a doubt that this vegetative reproduction is only can be done for that like non-flowering plants?
mainly for non-flowering plants. Mainly, yes.
Okay.
Right? So, reproduction can be divided into 2 types, sexual reproduction and vegetative reproduction. In these kind of plants, normally it happens through seeds, flowers, pollination, everything is involved here. But there are certain plants which do not have flowers. You must have seen money plant, you must have seen certain grasses, you must have seen crotons, right? They do not have flowers. But if they do not have flowers, they will not have seeds, they will not have fruits. Then how will they have more of those plants? How will they have baby plants? Or how will they have offsprings? So God has designed, nature is designed in such a way that, for example, there are certain plants, if you take the stem and plant it, it will grow into a new plant, right? If you take the root and plant it, it will grow into a new plant. If you take the leaf and plant it, it will grow into a new plant. So anything that grows into a new plant except for seeds, it is known as vegetative reproduction, right? So we will understand a little more clearly about this. See,
can I give an example for leaf vegetative reproductions?
Yeah, please do.
Bryophyllum is an example, right?
Yes, bryophyllum is an example of a plant growing vegetatively through leaf. We have studied this. I don't know how many of you remember, the leaf somehow looks like this.
Ma'am, we have studied vegetative propagation.
Yes, we have studied vegetative propagation. So here, all the notches that are there, if you just, this is vegetative propagation through a leaf. Okay. So basically the shoot system will have the plant will have a capacity to grow vegetatively as well. Okay. So that is the shoot system. Yeah.
Mom, I have a question.
Yeah, please do.
Mom, like radish and turnip and carrots, do they have flowers or do they produce vegetatively?
They produce vegetatively. See, they do have flowers, right? Because in the market you might get seeds, you might get carrot seeds, but there are certain plants which may have flowers, but still they could grow vegetatively. For example, hibiscus, you know, hibiscus,
Mhm.
rose, they have flowers. They have flowers, but hibiscus, rose, they do not have seeds again. So, in both the cases, stem is a vegetative part. So you just do a cutting of the stem and put it in soil. After a few weeks, you will find this, from this stem, a new plant has come out. So there are certain plants which have flowers, but still has the property to vegetatively grow.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Even in the case of bryophyllum, bryophyllum has flowers, but still its leaf has the property to grow vegetatively.